Hello everyone, I'm Psychotic, and that's also my screen name. So we are back today with episode 8 of our Hydroneer Let's Play. Our goal today is to go ahead and get our last machine in place and get some pressure increase so that we get a little bit more out of it. And then we're going to go and start working on the farm. Now, I did a little bit of research because originally I was going to try to get the farm down here too, over on this side, but one, we'll have to run water across, which isn't a huge deal. The big deal is getting the farming machine down here. That's not going to be a thing that we can do very easily. I don't know that we can do it at all. So we purchased a different place to farm, and we'll start our farm there. We may eventually try to move it here, but I'm not super enthusiastic about how well that will go. I'm going to try and go ahead and kill off these 7 in Ruby. Kill off these recipes that we do have so that we can try to get some tokens going. I think it's a ring because it's only 1 in 1. Thankfully, based on the materials list, you can usually tell what you're trying to make. Alright, there's our gold, there's our hammer, and there's our ring. So this setup's going to make it much, much easier now that we have everything up and running to make these recipes that we need. And this one's just a 26 emerald, that's going to be super easy to do. Doop, doop, doop. I forgot to turn my mouse back down. See if that doesn't help a little bit. Okay, are you 26? You are. So there's our 26 emerald. Alright, now if I recall correctly, I rejected these two out of hand earlier because they were a bit of a pain in the ass. So this one we're going to go with 79 and 99. So 79 gold, 99 iron. I don't know if when they're stacked like that if it'll still heat. We'll use this as an experiment. So we can come over here and grab our last one while we're looking at that. So gold, gold, and emerald. Why are you up in the air again? Knock it off, you two. Nah, it's not going to heat up while it's on top of its buddy. Okay, so the back one is iron. And we're doing iron in the number 2 slot and gold in the number 1 slot. It's important to pay attention to that. Gold then iron, gold then iron. So gold in 1, iron in 2. There's our axe. It's actually kind of pretty looking. We can slap it on the weapon tray. And then our last one's this necklace. So we're looking at 98 gold, 83 gold, and then 50 emerald. So 98 gold, $83 gold, and then 50 emerald. And this is why we took the pains that we did to set this up like we did. Because it is making whipping through these just trivial. Alright. So we can send this whole thing up. We can send this guy up. And there we have it. just leave that blank for now. Oh, what are you? Okay. So we have one more ring that we should have made, and it's 90 gold and 30 sapphire. 90 gold. That's not a sapphire. And 30 sapphire. I'll let you cook a little bit longer. Alright, we'll send him up. Or we can take it up by hand. Really didn't hurt anything. I do want to see, though, what was up with our gold, because sometimes these get a little finicky. If you tilt them to pour out a bar while something is falling in, they get angry at you. So I wanted to make sure that all of our gold ore down in there is actually melted. And it looks like it did fix itself, because I don't see any orange highlights. So, alrighty. Let's take this guy up. This will give us an opportunity to get some more of the prospecting coins, but it'll more importantly clear out the map of the quests, which will allow some room for some green quests to show back up. We were ignoring the green quests and only taking the browns, so pretty much only browns are on the map right now. Alrighty. Watch me run right off the side. So I did some research on the lights. I got totally sidetracked from what I was saying. And from what I've been able to gather, and I've only seen one person talking about it, so how accurate it is I'm not sure. But apparently the lights are good for about 10. So rather than doing a 12 by 12 like I originally planned, because the harvester is 3 wide, we're actually going to do a 9 by 9 with a hole in the center. Which is going to make it a little awkward. It was a lot easier when all I had to do was 2 rows of each, because there are 6 possible plants. So 2 rows of each gave us 12, and then you just make it 12 long, and you have a 12 by 12. It's nice and square, everything's groovy. Yeah, I need you to stop. Where's our map? So I thought there was one there, as there's one down in the place. And I think it's the necklace, but I'm not positive. So there's one up by where the forge is. It's probably not the necklace, it's probably the dagger. The closer I get to him, the more I'm second guessing myself. Yeah. Was cheap. Now something else that I want to do is I want to get the speedy cart to try to make our life a little bit easier with the iron pipes. So that's the last ring. Which means one of these 2 jokers is the necklace.
I need something specific. Thanks, I'm well chuffed.
And then this one's either going to be the axe or the emerald. I think this one's the emerald.
I don't suppose you can grab me this. Thank you.
Which means all that we have left now is the axe. Oh, that one's up in Bastion Keep. Okay. Okay, so we'll probably be going up there a little bit sooner than previously anticipated, but that's alright. So you got a new one for us. And then there's 2 greens here, too. What you want? Okay, that's a soup bowl. That's not a lot of tomato. That should be very easy to pull off. So it's not the guy standing here, which means it's probably the guy up here. Nope, it's not the guy up there. Oh! He scurpered off. Alright. Decided he didn't want our stuff no more. There's 1,000 iron. There's 150 cloutium. Which means there's a drill. Too far out. There we are. Alright, now we take this down for now. This is all tier 1 stuff. We want to put them with the tier 2s. So we need 50 per, and it fits 4. So we're going to need 200 more cloudium to make these. I think it's still going to be faster to drag the cart back and forth twice than it is going to be to do the bits the hard way. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's going to get us bigger clumps even faster. So, until we get the harvester harvests, cuts the plants, replants plants, and has a nice clean spout coming out the side to drop off plants to your conveyor for sorting and chopping. Unfortunately, it takes around 2,000 coins to get that, so until we have it, we are going to be in kind of a rough spot. So until we get it... Thank you. Until we get the harvester, that's going to be a problem. So, in the interim, I really hope that ring actually went where I wanted it to. Oh, there it is. Okay. In the interim, we're going to have to do the harvesting by hand, which is not as big of a pain in the ass as it sounds like. It's not fun, but the big issue is picking up the produce because you have multiple produce per plant. So at that point, it's a little problematic. So you can... Apparently vegetables are magnetic, which sounds stupid, but I'll take it because it makes my life easier. That being said, dropping things from the magnet onto a single conveyor are very, very, very difficult. So we are going to use the... we're gonna make basically a platform for them to drop onto. I really wish I knew what was diggable and what wasn't. It's really hard to find a clearly delineated line here. Right here, maybe? Or is it that? It's probably that. Which means this hill... So we'll take this hill down and we'll make the flat spot a little bit lower. I think that'll make life easier. We might have enough of these. We'll have to check and see to buy the roller. So if we can get the roller, that'll make making a flat spot super easy. So let's see if we can still put carts on trucks, or if that is a relic of bygone eras. Oh, there's our old truck. Itchy carts. I believe that's a reference to Itchy Beard. But I could be wrong.
Take a look at my goods.
I don't know you that well, lady. So Agile supposedly turns faster. The fast one moves forward faster, and then you have the regular one. So that's 350. This is 700. Now there were... Oh, wow, that is significantly faster. But I mean, 740 coins at this point in the game is not really an issue. Yeah, this is significantly faster than the other cart. So if we bring you up here... Is this going to work the way I hope it does? If I drive to use... Oh, yeah. Alright, so that just made... Alright, so we're just going to keep laying everything out. Get the truck absolutely empty. Alright, let's see if what I've planned for color is actually going to work. Just doing a quick test run here. So 255, 255, 255. Boop. Yep, nice clean white light. That's perfect. It is really not as bright as I was expecting, though. Well, we'll see how it goes. I guess it's I haven't done an auto fish farm yet. I plan to eventually, but we're already raking in absurd sums of money. I do need to get the fishing poles as well. So I still have 2 fishing poles left to get. Oh, you're not one of the quest givers. The farm that we are building is specifically just to get the stuff for the quest to get up to see the prince to get the scepter. Oh, it's out the other side. It's over here. No, he didn't like that. He left. Both of them are doing it now. I don't understand why the gems start levitating. Everything was fine until all of a sudden it wasn't. That is a whole lot of sapphires, though. And see, that I kind of get, because they're all stacking directly on top of each other. You need them to be slightly off-center so that they bounce. don't know. So we're not quite ready for tier 3 stuff. We can use the Cloudium pipes to set up the tier 3 build. It's just not going to be peak efficiency at all. But we're going to have to replace that entire long spine with core stone pipes for core stone pipes at the end to actually be benefiting, including the intake. So for now we're just going to... Well, for now we're not going to do anything, but when it comes time we'll probably just use Cloudium pipes for it in the beginning until we get more established. Okay. So the first thing that we need to do is figure out where we're actually allowed to starting right here, it looks like. So we only really need a 9x9. The problem is to use our the car that I plan on using for it, the harvester. We need it to not be close to the ledge like it is, because that's going to make it really hard to do anything with it. Okay, so our pressure is going to start say here-ish on this plane. That's not gonna work. Which means we're gonna need more bends, because I did not account for having to go up in the very beginning. Oh, oh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Crap. Two more, maybe? So that took 10 more than I expected. Okay. Okay, so ideally... So that's going to go down to a collector. And this over here is going to come over, so it's going to come, the collection is going to start down here, it's going to come up, turn, get chopped right here, and then turn again to come this way. It's not far enough out. Alright. Yeah. The plans have already gone awry. But that's okay. So, the trick is we want to be 3 high for corn. Corn has 3 blank slots that it needs. You need 4 high for the harvester to fit underneath. So in our particular case, we're actually going to go 5 high and then have the light at 4 high. Because we don't want the pipes to cast shadows with the light. So that's why we're going to do it the way that we are. But we need to figure out just how high that is. So from here, so there's 1. 2. 3. I think actually having this slip down the way that it does is going to make our life a little bit easier as far as putting the piping in, because we're not going to have to shimmy it up nearly as high as I thought. So this point is 4 high, which means that these are running at 4 high. So to get to 5 high is just up that 1. Okay, so this particular one is the end. Yes, that'll do. Yep. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9. Alright. So, I noticed with other streamers, and I'm not going to name names because that's not nice, but they struggled with, and commented that they struggled with, keeping their line straight for their farming. And I'm going to tell you that it's because they didn't do it this way. Because if we take our trowel and dig where each one of these is landing, these are going to be perfectly straight lines. And that's actually exactly what we're going to do. I guess I didn't really need the stairs after all. Maybe I did. Oh my. This is going to be an adventure. Wow. Okay, let's see how well that does. Alright, so we know that we're missing part of our row. It's not the end of the world, though. So let's come get our trowel and make our straight lines. So the smoky poofs can make it a little hard to see exactly where to put it based on where the drop disappears. So I like to give it a couple of drops to make sure that I'm in the right spot. But yeah, now we have guaranteed straight lines. So the shadows of the pipes up there can actually screw with your lighting, which is part of the reason that we wanted that light there. I'm just hoping that it doesn't cast shadows going sideways. Like I said, the most efficient way to do this would be with sprinklers. The problem with the sprinklers is we need tokens to buy them, and they are not cheap. They're quite a few tokens. And we can't get tokens until we start a farm. So we're going to start it this way, and it was cheap. It was only $2,000 for most of the iron pipes up here. So it's not like we spent, 40 grand making just a pipe field. And honestly, at this point, we're to the point where, we have 50,000 worth of resources just in safes. So we don't really care about money anymore. Hydrocoin anyway. Now it's all about them tokens. I'm going to try to keep the taller plants to the outside, just that the plants don't shade themselves. So you can see by the number of dots on the side of a seed packet how many seeds are in there. So this one's got 10, because it's full. Now originally I was doing a 12 by 12 and I was going to do 2 rows of 12 for each plant. That is no longer the case. We're doing a 9 by 9 with a hole in the very center. But I'm still going to use all of our seeds because we have enough plots for them, so it's not going to hurt anything. To grow them. We only have the 2 types of seeds right now anyway. So that one's 10. That one's 4. But yeah, it's not going to hurt anything to grow them in slots that aren't originally intended for them. So the thing to remember is when you're trying to grow plants, you really want to sleep through the night times, because the plants aren't going to grow in the dark. Now we're hoping that that light up there fixes that. That remains to be seen. It's actually a good question. We'll let it get dark and see if these continue to grow at night. Now you have to be very particular when you're dealing with the plants to make sure that when you have a hole, when you flatten something, that you flatten all the way around it as well. Because if there's anything even slightly off, the plants will not grow. And granted, this part isn't going to be actual plants, but still. Okay, so that's going to be the chopper. Which means this is going to be the line with the sorters on it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means this is going to be the repositories for them. Well, this turned into quite a bit more of a mess than I was hoping for, but that's okay. We can actually put it there, I think. We'll just leave it open. Okay, did you guys grow at all during the nighttime? Oh my, yes you did! Noted! Light works! At least in a 9x9. Fantastic. So the idea here is it's very hard with the magnet to hit an area that is only one wide. So what we're doing is we're digging ourselves a little trough here. We're going to use said trough to put in a 3x3 platform and use that platform to recursively loop these back to themselves. So we'll have this row going this way with a turn here and a bump onto a straight line up this way. And then we'll have this one coming up this way and over. So in my original save, I had them both going the same direction. They both came this way and then turned into the middle. Actually, I think I had them all going into the middle. But the problem with that is if you have the bump up on both sides, it will let you put it on both sides. But things like carrots have a tendency to get horrifically stuck. So these are all actually the tomatoes are already grown. Which means I need to get my ass in gear. So we're going to carry this down. So this is going to all be one platform that pulls up to a single point, turns right. There'll be a chopper right here. Then it's going to turn right again, which is going to run straight up against this. All the way down. With sorters, 6 sorters going left, and those are going to go into the machine that actually stacks up the vegetables. So we will, but the veggie stackers cost tokens as well. Oh good, our carrots are done too. Yeah, they're growing quite nicely at night with that light. This is going to work real well. Real well. I might have to extend it later. But that's alright. We also need some more of these because I did not get enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so we have our shopping list for next time. Should finish off what we've got going on here. Once we get this all set up, we can harvest. Well, I guess we really could harvest these right away. We'll do them straight out the gates tomorrow. Oh yeah, the end of the saw is going to be wonky too, because we need to give ourselves a place to water. So we're actually going to need another T. And then 2 more straights, so we'll put that at 14. It's a place to water and a place to use our pot. Place to fill the pot with water as well. So that's all going to be over here as the saw, because The saw is going to end... Well, the saw is going to be here. Yeah. So we're going to have straight, and then this is going to be a right turn, and then another right turn so we can drop onto it. But we're going to have a straight pipe here, and then we're going to turn this into a T. So we'll need a bend here, and then a T, and then another bend and another straight to fill, and then this will just drip right in. Alrighty. And then we can go back and see what we've got going on for materials at the other site. This was messy. It was messier than I was hoping, because I didn't realize how sloped this was. But I think it'll do. I think it'll do just fine. Those are growing nicely. The light is working. And our spots are dug with the exception of this line, because it's not finished yet. But yeah, so that's where we're at. We'll get all this finished up next episode. So if you guys learned anything useful, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, please leave me a like and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day.